It has a unique flavor.
The taste of sea folks is quite different from Sutherland people. It took me a long time to get used to it when I was a child. I thought you guys might not be used to it, so I specifically asked them to make grilled eel with honey. It took you a long time to adapt when you were young? Yeah, I used to live with my father in Sulan City when I was a child. Later, the tribe leader discovered that I had the power of the sea folks' holy maiden, and brought me back to Aquatic Bay. Then what about your father? My father used to be an adventurer. In search of the way home, my mother went to the end of the ocean a long time ago, and I lived in Aquatic Bay, so my father also left Sulan. Every month, I receive a travelogue sent by my father, wherever he goes, and the scenery he sees. I can read it all in the travelogue. That means, in order to return to your hometown, you were separated from your parents at a young age. Yeah, Chow Yue's father also left the same way. My aunt's lover also passed away during a journey back home. Sometimes I feel floating whale is even more distant than the moon in the sky. For such an unattainable dream, is it really worth tearing apart so many people?
Those who accompany us day and night are not as supreme as hometown and belief.
Speaking of which, where is your hometown, Senior Duanmu?
As for me, I was born in the north.
The north? In my father's travelogue, it says that after Nuanor North is Yanhui, which is further north, and is the territory of the wolf spirits and the spirit world. Yanhui County has bright wildfires and the surging sandstorms. Swift horses stop in their tracks, and great birds turn back. Is it true?
Almost. Get some sleep early. We still have to continue looking for clues about that melody tomorrow.
Earthquake! It's an earthquake!
Help! Help! The source of the...
I have to go find her. Senior Duanmu, my friend, please take care of the injured clansman.
Fellow clansmen, do not panic. Please stay away from the cliffs and trees. The sea god's trident is still here. The saintess is still here. The high priest is still here. The sea god is still here. Why should we be panicked? Aquatic Bay is still under the protection of the familiar ancestors.
Where's Mingyue? Where is Ming?
The remnants of the sea god's trident, the high priest, and the saintess will surely go and worship the relics of the sea god.
Priest, do you know that the Sea God's trident suppresses the invading demon's remnant souls from 1,000 years ago? Once it's destroyed, the situation...
Mingye, what happened?
Senor Duanmu,
High Priest, do you know that the Sea God's trident suppresses the invading demon's remnant souls from 1,000 years ago? Once it's destroyed, the situation will be hard to control, and Aquatic Bay will once again face the calamity of 1,000 years ago.
after the tragedy of the sunken ship, the sea folk have been living in the calm sea for over 1,000 years. But the sea folks of today are so useless, they're actually putting all their trust in those who passed away 1,000 years ago.
What did you say?
Is it not? They all say that as long as the sea god's trident is there, Aquatic Bay will be in peace. They all say that they admire the ancestors, and they talk about the sea god's incarnation.
The shipwreck event has been 1,300 years. He has guarded in the abyss of the deep sea for 1,300 years. Who thought about slaying the evil spirits? Who thought about giving him peace?
High Priest Lin Feng, as the High Priest of our clan, you should prioritize Aquatic Bay. The moment the Sea God's trident is released, the whole clan will suffer due to you.
Prioritize Aquatic Bay with such grandeur and righteousness? 1,300 years ago, your sea god had already said the same thing.
A legend from 1,300 years ago. Can you believe it's been 1,300 years?
Auntie, has it always been like this? Always accompanying our ancestor Chao Wen? Because he's still battling with the dead souls. That's why he's been waiting till now.
Stop, Ancestor Hai Chenyin, if the resentful souls in the Sea God Trident are released. The sky above Aquatic Bay will once again be covered in dark clouds, and blood will once again dye the calm sea. You have experienced the shipwreck changes personally. How can you destroy the peace brought by Chao Wen's ancestors with their lives?
Is it terrifying?
Prophecy of High Priest Shiki is a nightmare that makes our people pale. You are the hero of our clan. How can you bring down such terror with your own hands?
You fear the disaster, so you treat an afterlife person as a deity, offering his entire being to take the burden of all. Bearing the name of the sea god, enduring the fear of the whole clan, until even the soul is burned out. You call him the sea god who shelters everything, but he is just a sacrifice to fate. However, in my heart, he will only be Chao Wen forever.
It's been 1,000 years since she was separated from her loved one. She must want to see him very much, but if left unattended, who knows what the outside world would turn into?
The hero has endured 1,300 years.
They're just dead souls, nothing to fuss about. Mingyu, let me help you!
The Mirage Demon from 1,000 years ago has reappeared.
Be careful. Although it's just a soul shadow of the Mirage Demon, it's not easy to deal with.
It has been 1,000 years.
Sealed by the soul pearl of the sea and sea god trident, it's been 1,000 years.
Sister, Depot, acting clan leader, high priest.
Humiliation of these 1,300 years, I want you to return them all.
Tides have spirits and seas connect the world.
Auntie and predecessor's grudge of 1,300 years. I want to get it all back from you.
Power of the Holy Maiden.
Forbidden time can only stop the aging of your physical body, but it cannot prevent external injuries or the erosion of cold and heat, wind and frost. It will only turn you into something like a rock. After thousands of years, you will crumble away like sand. Have you made up your mind? To continue existing in such a form at any cost, the price you've paid is unimaginable even to me. In the distant future, at the end of time, wouldn't you have any regrets?
She's gone, isn't she?
Yes. Auntie is no longer here.
Well, that's for the best. She's suffered too much over these 1,300 years, and she should have had a good rest by now. Did she pass on the musical instrument to you?
Ah, the conch flute Auntie gave me before.
The caster has passed away, and the art of disguise technique naturally ceases to exist.
Since it's given to you, make good use of it.
Ancestor Chao Wen. I suppose that Ancestor Hai Chen Yin has returned to the floating whale as she wished.
Why talk about the soul returning to the floating whale for someone who has been dead for 1,300 years? You know it's just a legend.
But this is also good. She used to always make fun of me. If she knew that all these years I was the one inside that silly water monster. I really want to hear what she would laugh about me.
The world is missing the sound of music. The moon is broken far away, and even the possessions have ended up in separation. Huh?
I remember, this is...
Why is Senior Duanmu suddenly acting strange?
Before the ancestor left, she left a prophecy. Cleansing the Mirage Demon's shadow is not the end of everything. The 1,000-year seal is not unbreakable. The Triton's seal is no longer in the world. In the decades to come, the sunken ship's land may also give rise to changes.
At that time, it will be up to us to protect Aquatic Bay of today. The unfinished business of our ancestors should be completed by the present generation.
Me, Mingyue, as the saintess of our clan and the successor of Hai Chenyin's ancestor, what are your future plans?
I want to leave Aquatic Bay. My aunt is gone. It's meaningless for me to stay in the silent corridor. I want to experience various battles and journeys like my aunt. Only in this way can I become a true saintess like her.
After going through so many things, you've indeed grown a lot. Perhaps it's time for you to leave the Sea Folk and find your own reason to fight.
Does that mean the clan leader has agreed?
But only for a year. After 1 year, you must return to Aquatic Bay and take on your responsibilities as a saintess.
Such a cheapskate.
Let's go back to the Adventurers Association. The sword fragment in the trident of the sea god is very special. I'm afraid we have to go back and find out where it came from.
Some people say that the ancestor of Hai Chenyin is missing, and some say she has returned to the floating whale.
No, she must have turned into a precious pearl under the sea. Why? Because she liked your sea god. If you like someone, how can you be separated from them?
Don't worry about it. They probably don't have time to understand the helplessness of fate.
No, don't understand. My aunt and Chao Wen's ancestors' sacrifices must have been for such smiles, not knowing sadness, not knowing waiting, and never know the sorrow of love and parting. President, sir, we're back. We found this in Aquatic Bay.
Affected by the 7 emotions, causes and effects are confused. Judging from this object seems to be related to the three artifacts. The dream and the divination technique of my young friend are indeed inseparable from the artifact.
When I picked up this fragment, I seemed to see something through the peering into destiny. I couldn't see it clearly, but it looked like a dragon.
A dragon? Could it be a dragon pattern?
If it's a dragon pattern, this matter is extremely unusual. It not only involves the spirit world, but may also be related to dragons.
A dragon? I heard that the dragon is the leader among all spirits, but there are very few real dragons in the world. The only documented case is the famous ancestor dragon. Some people even think that there are no dragons at all.
There are always people who think that things they haven't seen don't exist.
Huh? So there really are dragons?
There are very few stories of dragons in the world, but it doesn't mean there aren't any. Adventurer, you should respect the unknown. There are dragons, 9 of them. At least 7 of them are currently active.
The matter of dragons. I'm afraid the Adventurers Association has no records. We might as well check the giant tree library in Mountain Village.
But about the fragments...
If there's no concrete evidence, how can we judge? One's always got to wait when flipping books. I'm not wrong, am I, Master Chin the Magus?
Sharp fangs.
How about this? Chin and I will research the origins of these fragments and let you know when we have news. Duanmu, you 3 rest for a day and then go to Mountain Village to seek dragon legends.
Go to Mountain Village tomorrow morning. See you under the Tree of Fate in the Sea of Flowers.